Hello everyone and welcome to Sinful Gaming. I hope you're all doing well, I hope you're all staying safe, and most of all, I hope you're all fighting that war against the Grey. Today we have another battle report for you, and this one is a 2,000 point battle report between Stormcast Eternals using the Stormkeep Garrison rules versus Skaven Pestilens. We'll be playing the scenario Total Conquest, and this is in preparation for SAGT. So I'm trying out a new Stormcast Eternals list, and I do apologise for the unpainted minis on my part. But we'll hopefully get them painted if I start liking this list a little bit more. And well, we're waiting on that FAQ. But let's get into the armies. Here we have our Stormcast Eternals. We're going to be playing in a Stormkeep Garrison army, and so we've got the Stormkeep Patrol Battalion as the main focus of our army. We've got 2 units of 30 Liberators, a unit of 12 Gryphounds, and the Lord Veritant, who's also going to be our general, and he's going to have the command trait Cunning Strategist, which is going to allow D3 of our units to move 5 inches before the battle begins. This does combine well with the Stormkeep Patrol's rules. He's then also going to have the artifact Lantern of the Tempest, which forces our opponent to reroll any successful 6s with shooting attacks for units wholly within 12 inches of him. He's then lastly going to have Prayer Translocation to hopefully help us redeploy some of the units as we need them to. In addition to the Stormkeep Patrol Battalion, we've got 2 units of 3 Aether Wings, and we have a unit of 10 Free Guild Guard with swords and shields, which will fulfill our battle line requirements. 2 Lord Castellans as well, and then some allied Canite Shadow Stalkers fill out the list, and we come to 1990 points. The seconds will pick the coloured Lord Castellan there. He's going to have the artifact Pennant of Sigmaron, which is a 24-inch radius, and on a 2+, anytime we have to take a battle shock test, we only lose 1 Stormcast Eternal model. And so we're playing Skaven Pestilens today. What are we playing? We've got the General Plague Priest, is going to be the one with the Rat Ogre on the Plague Furnace there. He's going to have the command trait Master of Rotten Ruin, which will allow him to reroll his prayers, and he's going to have the Liber Bubonicus, which allows him to cast an extra prayer, or any one of his prayers, twice. Then got another Plague Priest on Plague Furnace, 2 Plague Priests down the front, a Vermalord Corruptor, I'm pretty sure I got that right, and then for Battle Line, 3 units of 40 Plague Monks and 2 Plague Core Catapults rounding out the army. They're coming in at 1980, which means Skaven are going to get a Triumph. And so Stormcast Eternals actually finished deploying by 1 drop, so we're going to get to pick who goes first. But to start with, we've got 3 Aether Wings on both Norholes here, zoning out the objective. We've got the Canite Shadow Stalkers there, and the 10 Free Guild Guard here. Then we've got the 2 Castellans at the front. You might wonder why they're at front. That's because they're going to be able to run forward, hopefully, and back up our Liberators, which are going to jump from here, along with the Gryphounds and the Veritant, once we get the movement from the Stormkeep Patrol Battalion. Across the other side of the table, we've got 2 Plague Furnaces out the front of the Skaven, along with the Vermalord Corruptor and all the Plague Monks around them, with the catapults sitting behind the graveyard, ready to shoot some stuff on us. So Stormcast finished deploying first, but before that we're going to use the Stormkeep Patrol's special ability to redeploy them. Then we've got our pre-game move from Cunning Strategist as well. So we'll come back after all that movement's done before we go into the first turn. And so this is the Stormkeep Patrol's redeployment. We've got a unit of 30 Liberators here. The Gryphounds are screening out in the front. We've got the other unit of 30 Liberators and the Veritant in the middle there. Everything wholly within 12 inch of him. We're now going to go and use our Cunning Strategist movement, which we're going to get D3 units that are going to be allowed to redeploy. So let's see how many units are going to be allowed to redeploy for 1. Cool, so we're going to get 1 unit to move 5 inch. And so with Cunning Strategist, we only got to move 1 unit, but that Castellan there is already wholly within 12 inch of that unit. So we've moved this guy up here from here to make sure he's wholly within 12 of that unit there. We're now going to go into the first turn, and we're going to take the first turn with this Stormcast army because we want to get on the objectives before the enemy does. Almost forgot as well, we'll see what Skaven get for their Triumph. Go for it. Roll the D3 on a 2. So a 1, that means you're going to get inspired. So once per battle, when a friendly unit is picked to shoot or fight, you can say it is inspired. If you do so, you can reroll hit for attack rolls made for that unit until the end of that phase. So to start off in our hero phase, our Veritant is going to use Translocation on these Liberators here. So it goes off on a 3, doesn't go off, dang. So we're not going to be able to redeploy them this turn. That is it. Oh, hero phase, that Castellan is going to cast his light on them, and that Castellan is going to cast his light on them. Meaning they're going to get +1 to save and heal wounds when they roll a 6 to save as well. Meaning they're going to be on a 2-up. So, end of the Stormcast movement phase. We've ran the Liberators here. They're starting to zone out the objective. The Aether Wings have popped over. Gryph-hound's creating a screen in the front, and the K-Knight Shadowstalker's moved out in front, creating another screen as well. These Liberators have now moved on to the objective along with the Aether Wings, and we've got the 2 Gryph-hounds over here that have ran from over here, jumped over there, making sure they zone out the North Hole. Frigga Guard's still holding this one at the back. There's a random Gryph-hound running about in the centre. And we've got our Castellan there as well, who's going to make sure he's within 12 to give everyone the light next turn. Same with that Castellan there. We've got a little bit of shooting with the K-Knight Shadowstalkers, I think, but we'll go into that next. Shadowstalkers can't shoot because they've only got a 6-inch range, so that's going to be it for the turn. We're going to score 1 victory point there, we're going to score 1 victory point there, and we're going to score 1 victory point here. So taking us up to 3 for turn 1, and then we're going to go into Skaven turn 1. So the Verminlord Corruptor there is going to try and cast the Dreaded Plague. Go for it. You need a 7 to cast. That's a 12. I can't possibly stop that, so goes off. Who are you going to pick? So Dreaded Plague, he's going to cast on this unit of Liberators here. So 30 dice. Every 5 up is a mortal wound. Ouch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Ouch. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. It's a 4+, sorry, so that was 18, so that's going to be 9 dead Liberators. Ouch. So 9 dead Liberators so far. And then this Plague Priest here is going to use Disease, so he needs a 3 up for his prayer to be answered. 2, nothing happens, but at least he didn't take the mortal wound. Then we've got this Priest here for the same thing, I guess.
Yeah, that's right.
Yep, Disease, 3 up. Nope, 2 as well. I mean, at least you didn't take any mortal wounds. You did just kill 9 Liberators. So he's going to go for Rabid. 3 up. 1, so he actually takes a mortal wound. He can re-roll though, that's your general, so
yeah.
Doesn't take a mortal wound yet. It goes off. Rabid, he gives +1 attack to the Plague Monks around him, I'm guessing? Yep, so these Plague Monks here have Rabid, +1 attack. And then the other Plague Furnace, what's he going to do? Go Rabid as well.
Yep.
Rabid for that Plague Furnace up the back there. 5 goes off as well. No Great Plagues this turn, but that unit 40 Plague Monks and that unit 40 Plague Monks both have +1 attack. Cool. That's the end of your hero phase, so we're going to movement. There's not really going to be a lot of movement because I've sort of zoned them in. So we'll go into movement and we'll come back after all of that. So Skaven movement's all done. They've not really got a lot. Plague Furnace have moved up along with the Plague Monks. The Corrupt has shuffled across a little bit. Meanwhile here, these guys haven't really moved because there's not much they can do to get out. We've got some shooting to do, I guess, now with the catapults and his prehensile tails, so we'll go into that. So both catapults into the same target, you're saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, so we're just going to roll both catapults at the same time. One shot, they're both going into these Liberators. Remembering we've got the Tempest Lantern, I think it's called. Can't remember the artifact name. But either way, if they roll a 6 to hit, they have to re-roll the dice. So 3s to hit, re-rolling 6s. So 1 missed, 1 hit. 3 to wound. Wounds. Rends on that.
-2.
-2, so go from 3, 4, so I've got a 5 up save. Re-rolling 1s. No, failed. Damage. And so it's going to be 2d6 damage on those Liberators. Oh, 6, that's not too bad. I can live with that, that's just 3. Still, he's taken out 12 Liberators turn 1, that's not bad. And then the prehensile tails from the Corruptor going into the Gryph-hounds. 3s to hit. All hit. And then 3s to wound. 3 wounds. Rend 1. And that's it for Skaven shooting. 1 Gryph-hound died there. We're going to go into charges now. So I guess charging with your Plague Furnace first over here. Or what we're going to charge with first. Cool. Furnace first. So 2d6. See how far. Anything but a double 1. 6. So we'll see how far he can move. 6. So he's not going to get around the corner. So he'll move here. So he's just going to be able to go through. Plague Monk's charging next to him. 2d6 as well. 7. That's pretty good. Should be able to get them in. Then the charge for the Verminlord Corruptor, if he wants to. So he's needing anything but a double 1 there. So he's literally just going to go badunk. Then you Plague Furnace on the other side.
Yeah.
Charge him. 7. And then do you want to roll your Plague Monks while we're at it? And we can just do it all together.
Yeah.
So 7 and the Plague Monks get a 6. They will fail. If you wish, you could spend a command point. You've got a command point to spend if you wish.
Yeah.
Yep. So re-roll that because I'm pretty sure a 6 is going to fail for them. 12, that's going to see him in. Cool. Nice big 12. His second double 6 of the game. This is going to go really badly for me. So we're going to charge with the Plague Priest behind there as well. He's going to try. So 2d6. 7. He's probably going to make it on a 7. And this is what all the charges look like over the board. Plague Priest will move up when he can. He'll probably fill in the gap there. And there he is, just sitting in that little hole. He's going to fight some Gryphounds. So, combat. Skaven, they get to pick who fights first. So, who are you going to pick to fight first?
Yeah, we'll fight first.
Yeah, which unit's going to fight first?
Probably first.
Furnace over here?
Yeah.
Cool. Furnace is going to strike. So, to start with, the Great Plague Sensor, roll 1 dice on a 2+. Yep. Gryphounds are going to take D3 plus 4 mortal wounds. So roll another dice to see how much the damage is. For once, they're going to take 5 mortal wounds. So it's going to kill 1 Gryphound and put 2 wounds on another. And then the rest of his attacks. So 1 attack with your Warpstone Tip Staff, 4 to hit. Hits, 3 to wound. Wounds. That's rend 1 on the Gryphounds, go straight through them. So it's going to be D3 damage. See how much damage you do. For 1, so it's going to kill the next Gryphound. And then you've got, what is it? It's Photo Blade, 6 attacks. 3, 4, 5, 6. Photo Blades, so they are hitting on 4s. So, and then wounding on 4s as well. And so, no armor saves again, so it's going to be 2 wounds on a Gryphound. And then your last one, you've got 2d6 attacks now. So roll to see how many attacks you get. 8. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's your attacks. You need 2s to hit. All hit. And then 3s to wound. So that's going to kill 1, 2, and put a wound on a Gryphound. So you're dead, and wound on him. 4 Gryphounds died. Ouch. How dare he? He's hurting little doggies. So the Gryphounds are going to attack next. They're going to go into the Verminlord. They've got 5 of them plus the Alpha in there. So 3s to hit. And 4s to wound. Just 1. 1 armor save on your Verminlord Corruptor. Go for it. 1 armor save. Failed that. Protection of the Horned Rat though. 5 up after damage save. Failed that as well. It takes a wound. And the Gryphounds are going to make a retreat move of 6 inch, which they can do after they attack. And the Gryphounds will move to there, taking the Verminlord Corruptor and the Plague Priest out of combat, though they will still get to pile in because they both charge this turn. It's your turn to pick someone to fight. Who are you going to fight with next?
Probably Furnace.
Cool. Furnace into the Canine Shadowstalkers. So start with roll a dice to see whether your Great Plague Sensor goes off. On a 2+, it does. How many mortal... And so then it takes D3 plus 4 mortal wounds onto the Canine Shadowstalkers. For 2, so 6 mortal wounds. Warpstone Tip Staff hits on a 4. Misses. Then your Photo Blade, 6 attacks. And then they'll hit on 4s. 1 more. 6. 4s to hit. That'll be 3 hits and 4s to wound. 4. And then no rend on these, so 5 up saves. Save 2 of them, so I'll lose another 1. And then you've got 2d6 attacks with your Rusty Spikes. For 5, so there's all your dice. They hit on 2s. All hit. Wound on 3s. And -1, so these are going to be 6 up saves. save none. So for 5 more, that's going to be the unit wiped, I think. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 units wiped. And so we have the Liberators piled in now. We've got 4 Grand Hammers going into the Plague Furnace. 3s to hit, thanks to Lalo the Tyrants. 1 miss. Wow, they really don't like you. And then 3s to wound. That's not as good. They're not. So 3 at -1. It's going to be a 5 up, I'm pretty sure. Saved 1, so it's going to be 4 damage on him so far. And then we've got 2 Liberators with Grand Hammers into your Plague Monks. These are going to be 4s to hit. 1 hit, ouch. And 3s to wound. It's going to be 2 dead Plague Monks. Remembering we can take the front ones and we'll get to pile in after, so deal with them in a sec. And then the other Liberator, 4s, both hit, and 3s, both wounds. 2 armor. And so 6 up save for 2 Plague Monks. No, failed both of them, so 2 more, but we'll get those Plague Monks get to attack back. And so 4 Plague Monks died, so 6s, mortal wounds back to Liberators. 2, so it's going to kill a Liberator. Crazy rats. And yeah, that'll be it for the Liberators' attacks. So 15 Plague Monks are in. This means they've got +1 attack from charging, +1 attack from rabid, 4 attacks each, 60 attacks. Rolling them on the table because we don't know. 4s to hit, yeah?
Yeah.
So mistake, it was 3s to hit, but now 4s to wound. And 6s put an extra 1 in, so we need the 6s out first. And then 4s to wound. We'll come back with how many dice there are. So this is the amount of armor saves we've got. And so we've got to take the 6s out because they're going to do some healing for us. But then every 1 we get to re-roll. So 2s are fails, they can go there. 1s we get to re-roll. We're currently on a 3-up save, so they will pass. 1s are re-rolls. So they pass. They're 2s, so they fail. Then we're going to heal 4, so 4. So we're going to take 3 wounds in total from that. We're going to kill a Liberator and a half. Alright, that'll be it for combat. And cool. The 6 here, we're going to get, so we're only going to lose 1 extra Liberator from here. So we'll take the one with the wound. Thanks to our Pennant of Sigmaron. And the Griffhounds lost, how many did they lose? 5, so they're a Stormcast Eternals unit on 2+. Yep, they only lose 1 Griffhound. Cool. And I think that's it. Battle shock wise, you don't. Oh, you've lost a few, so we'll have to see if the Plague Monks need a test. Oh no, they're immune because of that thing. Don't worry, ignore that. So we'll go into priority. Skaven are going to score 1 victory point. And priority, I got a 4. Means you need to get a 5 or 6. You got a 6, so Skaven going to take the turn.
Yeah.
Yep. Skaven going to take the turn, going into Skaven turn 2 on the double. So Vermilord's going to try his dreaded plague again. Goes off on a 7. 6 fails to cast. He's not within an inch of the terrain feature either, so yeah, he's going to fail. That is good. Something goes right. So then your prayers, Plague Priest himself. So he can try his, what is it, Pestilens, or the Disease is the one you want, with the counting for every model.
Yeah.
So he's going to try Disease, I'm guessing on this unit of Liberators?
Yep, so it's 13 inch.
So 1 dice on a 3+. Goes off this time. So we're going to roll for every model in the unit. On a 6, it's a mortal, I believe, for this one. So every 6 is a mortal wound. 1, 2. 2 mortals. That's another Liberator down. They're slowly being whittled down here. And so the other Plague Priest, he's going to go into the other block of Liberators with fails, but doesn't call the wounds. He's a very bad Plague Priest, that one. Pestilens from your other Plague Furnace up the top. Not Pestilens, Rabid. Doesn't go off. Not having luck with your prayers. And then Rabid from this guy. 6, so that's going to get a Great Plague off, which means you can choose to give rerolls to everyone from now on, would be the best one, I think. So yeah, he's going to pick the Great Plague that allows him to reroll all these prayers.
Yeah.
But Rabid does go off, so those Plague Priests there, Plague Monks, sorry, get +1 attack again. And so, General, we're not entirely sure with Liber Bubonicus. Does that allow him to cast... Because he is a Plague Priest, isn't he? And so it's allowing him to cast the Plague Prayers twice, correct? If we're wrong, let us know in the comments. If we're right, let us know. Just let us know how it works if you know this. So we're going to go with it that he can. So on a 3+ re-rolling. So it goes off. And we'll see if it goes off again after this. And we'll resolve one after the other. So it goes off again. So the first one. We'll see how many you roll. So the first one against 14 of them, every 6 is immortal. So 2, which means then put 1 back. So it's going to be 1 left Liberator. And then go again for the second time. 1, so it's going to kill 1.5. It's going to kill 2 actually, because there was 1 on a wound. And so that's that. So end of the movement phase. What's happened? Plague Monks here have just moved up along with the Plague Furnace, getting ready to charge those Liberators. And meanwhile, we've got these Liberators over here still in combat. We're going to go into some shooting now. So start of the shooting phase. Prehensile Tales from him going into the Liberators. 4 attacks, 3s, 2 hits, and 3s to wound. 2 wounds. So these are going to be 3 up rerolling 1s. Oh, -1 isn't it? So 4 up rerolling 1s. Save them both anyway. Then we'll go into catapults. So first Plague Claw Catapult hitting on a 2+, going into those Liberators over there. Hits. Wounds on a 3. Wounds. So that means -2. So this is a 5 up rerolling 1s. Nope. Go through 2d6 damage. Ouch, 10. Ouch, that's going to be 5 dead Liberators. Cool. And so the other Plague Claw, now that they're below 10 and he's not going to get the bonuses, is actually going to shoot over here into these Liberators. So 2+ to hit. Hits. 3 to wound. Doesn't wound. That's it for shooting. We'll go into some charges. So to start with, Plague Furnace going to charge. So 2d6. 4. Ooh, that's going to be close. He may need to spend your command point. Yeah, he's going to need to. So if he wants to charge, he's going to have to spend your only command point to get a reroll. Yep. So try again, spending your only command point.
4 again.
4. He fails. Oh, that's good for my Liberators. Do the Plague Monks want to charge? If they don't, I'm just going to sit on the objectives. So they will be immune to battle shock because of where you finish. So, ouch. Well, that's good for me. And they're in with a 6. That's going to get them in. We'll do them in a sec. Vermin Lord, see how far he goes. Anything but double 1s on him. Yeah, he's in. And did you want to charge your Plague Priest in again?
Yeah.
Cool. And yeah, he's just jumping forward as well. Easy. We'll come back with all the charges. And this is what we look like after charges. Technically, those Plague Monks there, they're all up the steps, but, you know, wobbly model syndrome. Furnace, Plague Priest in, and obviously we've got this combat continuing over here. Who are the Skaven going to elect to go first with?
Probably go the Furnace.
Furnace again? Cool.
Yeah.
Alright, so to start with, the Furnace is 2+ on your Giant Plague Sensor. 1, no! Then 1 attack from your Warpstone Tipstaff, 4 to hit. Misses, ouch. 6 attacks from your... 6 from the crew, 4s to hit. 4 hits. And 4s to wound. 1. And so 3 up re-rolling ones, 6 is heal a wound, fine. And then you've got and D6 attacks from your rusty spikes. So see how many attacks we get first. 1 hits on a 3. Doesn't hit. Wow, the Plague Furnace did nothing. Wow. Ouch. Cool. We're gonna go with these guys here. Mainly because those Plague Monks didn't get Rabid off on them.
No.
So I'm not as scared as them. So we need to go here because I've only got one dude with shield left, so I don't have any rerolls to save after he dies. So we'll go with the Liberators. So 4 Liberators here into the Plague Furnace, then him and these 2 will go into the Plague Monks. Into the Furnace though, the 4, so they're getting +1 to hit, thanks to Lalo the Tyrant, so they're hitting on 3s. It's pretty good, but last time we did terribly on our wound rolls. So 3s, that's not as terrible though. 5 at -1, so he's going to be 5 up saves. So take 6, so you've taken 10 wounds. How many does he have? So Protection of the Horned Rat, 6, 5 ups. You ignore 2 of them, so he's on 8, not 10. 8. Is what he's on. And then we'll go the other 2 Liberators into the Plague Monks. These are the ones with Grand Hammers on 4s and 3s. So that's just 4 dead Plague Monks. So they're -1. And then 4s, 1 hit, and 3. 1 armor save of a 6 up against that. Oh, save that. But then 4 dice. Every 6 is a mortal wound back to me. Nothing. So 4 dead Plague Monks though. So the Vermlord is actually going to hit the Liberators because they're in combat with him. So he's got 10 attacks, looking for 6s to hit, but 3s are what's needed. So that's 2 mortals just straight away. And then they and 3s. Wow. And then that's going to be a 4 up re-rolling ones. No, another wound. So take 3, so we're going to kill a Liberator and put a wound on another. Alright, so Liberators are going to go into the Plague Monks. These are the Grand Hammers, so 4s to hit. And 3s to kill. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 die so far. 4. Keep them there. And then the other 3 Liberators, 1, 2, and 3. 4s. And 3s. So 3 6 up armor saves to make. Just made 1, so it's going to be 10 dead. Which means roll those dice, and every 6 is a mortal wound back to me. 1 mortal wound, so that's going to kill off the Liberator there. But 10 of them die. So the Plague Monks here are going to attack back into the Liberators. So they're needing 3s to hit. And this is what the dice pile looks like. We'll pick them out and come back. And so we need 4s to wound. Looking for 6s that do an extra wound. And so it's going to be 1, 2, 3 extra wounds, 4 extra wounds, and we'll count them all up. Alright, so because I've only got 1 shield guy left, we've got to do this 2 at a time. So these are 3 up re-rolling ones. That's a fail. And now we're going to do but that's a 6, so it heals. Once again, that's a fail, but it heals it on the next dice. Reroll a 1. So do we? No. So fine. Gonna keep doing this. So we've taken, that's a reroll, which we're fine on. Reroll. Fine. Oh, this takes forever. There we go, we've taken a wound, so now we're down to 1. Fine. Fine. heal the wounds. Now we're going back to 2 at a time. That's a reroll. Fail, so now we're down to 1. Heal it, so we're back to 2. Reroll. We lost nothing. After all that, nothing happens. Cool, we'll go into the Griffhounds next, I guess. Right, so Griffhounds going into the Vermin Lord. So 3s to hit. It's cocked. It's a miss. And then 4s to wound. That's a decent amount of wounds from the Griffhounds there. Armor saves, 4 up. Alright, and then your 5 up. Go Griffhounds. He takes 2 more wounds. And then we got the Griffhound into the Plague Priest. Hits once. Doesn't wound. Cool. So Plague Priest is going to attack next. So
4s and 3s.
Yeah, 1 attack, 4s to hit.
2 attacks actually.
2 attacks?
Yeah.
Cool. 2 attacks, 4s to hit. Both hit. And then 3s to wound. Both wounds. Griffhounds don't have a save, so what's the damage on him? D3, I reckon.
No, there's only 1.
Oh, cool. Damage 1. Cool.
Yeah, round 1.
Yeah.
It's the wartime slip staff that does.
Yeah. So, cool. 2 wounds on a Griffhound. And then we'll go into the Plague Monks as Stormcast have nothing left. So, Plague Monks are attacking. They've got 81 attacks. This means our dice tray becomes our dice roller. So, 4s to hit because they've got the stars. This is what it looks like. We'll come back after we pick out all the dice because that's going to be 2 hours on camera picking these out. And then 4s to wounds. Didn't have the best of hit rolls, and that's looking better, but we'll see how many saves I've got to make. And so, saves, we've got a 3 up, reroll 1, 6s heal. So, reroll 1s, we'll take the 2s out, but they'll be counteracted by any 6s. So, reroll 1s. And we've got 1, 2, 3. So 3 of those go away. We've taken 1 wound. Reroll 1s. Got a 6 there, so it's just going to be 1 dead liberator from 81 attacks. That's what they do. And the Griffhound, so the Griffhounds don't care. The liberator's going to pass and use a command point. So, Plague Monks need to take don't need to take Battle Shock because they're in range of the Furnace. Go into Stormcast. Start of the Stormcast hero phase. We're going to try Translocation. Goes off. So we're going to drop the Verited over here. Actually, and drop him back here. So he can translocate himself. That's going to allow us to score an extra victory point on that objective marker. And then he's going to use his ability on them, and he's going to use his ability on them, giving them the saves. And then go into movement. And so, end of the movement phase, this is what it looks like. Castellan's moved over. He's now within 6 inches of the objective, scoring us an extra point. And we use Translocation, of course, to put our Veritant back here with a Free-Good Guard, getting us an extra point there. And then our other Castellan has moved over to this objective, getting us an extra point on that one. End of the phase, we're going to elect this unit and this unit here. They're going to get the Shield of Civilization rule, which is going to give them +1 save and +1 to hit, meaning they're on a 2-up, rerolling 1s thanks to the Castellans behind them as well. And they're hitting on 3s normally and 2s against big things thanks to Lay Low the Tyrants. There's no shooting because you killed my only shooting unit, so straight into the combats. And so we're going to go with this unit over here of Liberators first. So these are the Liberator and the Liberator Prime into the, what do we call it, the Plague Furnace. So they're hitting on 2s thanks to Lay Low the Tyrants. And wounding on 3s. Oh wow, 1. That was terrible. Failed it though, and 2 5-ups, because damage 2. Saved him. Nothing, ouch. So then we'll go the other 2 Liberators into the Plague Monks with their Grand Hammers. hitting on 3s. Wounding on 3s. 1 goes straight through and kills 2 Plague Monks. And then the other Liberator, 3s. And 3s. Nothing. So 2 dice for your Plague Monks that died. Take a mortal wound. And that'll be it for my first combat. Who are you going to go with next?
Yeah, the Verminlord.
Cool, Verminlord.
Yeah.
Who's going into? Liberators or the Gryphounds?
Gryphounds.
Gryphounds?
Yeah.
He's probably got a better chance of killing them. Cool, so Verminlord's going 3s and 3s into the Gryphounds. So that's 2 mortals straight away. And then 3s to wound. Well, 3s to do damage. So 1 Gryphound dies, 2 Gryphound, and then a wound goes on another. So we had some wounds there already. My turn to attack next. I'm going with the other unit of Liberators. And so the other unit of Liberators into the Plague Monks, 3s to hit. And 3s to wound. Oh, 3s to kill, so that's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 dead so far. So I'll keep that over there. And then we've got 1, 2, 3 other Liberators. So 3s. And 3s. 2 6-up armor saves though on these ones. No, so it's 4, what do we say? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 dice needed. Every 6 is a mortal wound back to me. So 2. It's going to kill the Liberator, but then 16 of them die. So, Plague Priest trying to kill off another Gryphound, so he needs both of these to go through to kill one, so 4 to hit. And 3 to wound though. So I can still do a wound at least. Yep, doesn't have a wound, so that goes over to 2, and then we're going to attack back with the Gryphounds into him. So, Gryphounds into Verminlord, 3s to hit. And 4s to wound. So he's got 5 saves to make. 5 out of 4 up.
4 up.
That's better. And a 5 up. Saved it. Nothing this turn. And then you've got plenty of stuff to attack back with. So Plague Monks, Plague Furnace, and Plague Monks, you're just going through everything now. So we'll start left to right because it doesn't really matter now.
Yeah.
Do the Furnace first, I guess. So on a 2+, your Giant Bell. We'll see what damage it does after. 3. We'll check the damage. So it's going to be D3 plus 2, so 1 dice. So 4. So he's going to, that wound's going to pop on over to here. And then he's got 1 attack with a Warstone Tit Staff. 4 hits. 3 to wound. Wounds. So -1s, this is going to be a 3-up rerolling 1s. 6 is heal. Saved. And then you've got 6 attacks with your crew. So 4s. And 4s. And these are 2-up rerolling 1s. So I heal the wound that I've suffered and then get it back. Oh wait, no, 2-up, so nah, I don't even suffer, so I just heal the wound. And then you've got D6 attacks with your Rusty Spikes. For 3. So 4s to hit now, I believe. We've taken 8. Yeah, 4s. 4s to hit. All hit, and then 3s to wound. 2 at -1, so these are 3-up rerolling 1s. Save, reroll 1. No, so saved and healed. So nothing still. Then do the Plague Monks, I guess.
Plague Monks.
And so Plague Monks into those Liberators, 54 attacks. 3 3s and 4s. 2 wounds. Looking for 6s, so take all those 6s out because they will give you extra wounds. There's a lot of them there. Wow, there's a lot of them this time. A lot of 6s going to do. We'll come back with how many we've got to do. My mistake too. I didn't have any shields, so that 1 wound wouldn't have been re-rolled and would have actually stayed there. So he's got a wound on him. So now we're just 2-ups. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 wounds. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There is 1 guy alive. One Liberator holding everyone at bay. And so the other unit of Plague Monks there into Liberators, 4s and 4s with their bow staves and folded blades. So we'll come back. And 4s to wounds. So 4, wow. That's not great. So needing 2-up re-rolling. Fine. Nothing. End of the turn, he's going to get to do his Noxious. Can he get rid of that Liberator? So, Noxious Fumes, let's see what it does. Roll your dice. Oh, it's going to put a wound on him. But then Battle Shock, I'm using Command Point to make sure he stays there. And you'll...
That would be 3 on that one.
Yeah.
Oh, I think he's got it 2.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's got it as well, so we'll have a look. So, on a 4+, he doesn't want to win. On 6, it's D3, though. Nothing. Him, just on a 4+, it's D3 straight away. Yep, so he'll do D3. So just 1 dice. D3, so 2. So he's going to do that and put a wound over there on the ground. Other Battle Shock. So the Griffhounds have lost 2. So we're going to try and use... Oh no, he's moved, so we'll check Bravery. So the Griffhounds on a... They've suffered 2, so they got Bravery 6. So 6, they're going to lose another 2 Griffhounds. Poor Borks. You're immune to Battle Shock over there, so that's going to be it for Battle Shock. I'm going to score 6 victory points. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And it's going to be priority. End of turn 2, it is 9 for Stormcast to 2 for Skaven. If I get priority, it could be over. Roll a 2. Roll a 1. 3. You got the turn.
Yeah,
yeah, you got to take it because otherwise I'm going to get the points. So, Verminlord here, he's going to try and cast Arcane Bolt over here, so go for it. 5+ needed. Oh, that could be big. Prayers though, you can try. You've got plenty of mortal wounds with your prayers.
Yeah.
So this Plague Priest over here is going to go Pestilens. Roll on a 4+. He takes D3 mortal wounds. He does, so he's just going to die. On a 4+, though, he'll take D3 mortal wounds as well. Yep, so D3. For 3. He's taking 3, and then he can try Rabid, I guess, to start with. So he's going to try Rabid on the Plague Monks first. Doesn't... Oh, no, it goes off. Yeah. Cool. And then Pestilens. Trying to do some mortal wounds there. Doesn't. It can reroll though. Goes off. So D3 mortal wounds on him. 3. He's dead as well. And then can go Pestilens again, trying to get the Aether Wings. Goes off. D3 mortal wounds on the Aether Wings. 3. Kills 1 and puts a wound on another. Cool. That Plague Priest. Yeah. What does he want to try and do? Does he want to do his 6-up thing? Hit the big unit?
Yeah.
Yeah, so... whatever it's called.
Yeah.
Goes off. So we'll count up how many Liberators there. So, 6s do mortal wounds. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, 3. Cool. 1 dies and 1 takes a wound. So the Plague Furnace up the back is going to attempt Filth on himself. So goes off. So he's re-rolling wounds. That'll be it for the hero phase movement, and we'll come back after all of that's done. End of Skaven movement. We've had the Plague Monks and the Plague Furnace slowly trundle up there. Plague Priest has come over, going to go fight the lone Griffhounds, and then we've got just the Plague Monks here moving up in the backfield and that, making sure he's only got a 3-inch charge this turn. Shooting time, I guess. We'll start with Prehensile Tails.
Yep.
So 4 attacks. Has to go into the Griffhound. 2 hits, which means you're not killing him. 3s. 1. So Griffhound takes a wound. And then you've got your catapults. So I'm guessing both are going into the Liberators now. So both catapults are shooting into the Liberators here. So 2s to hit. And 3s to wound. Both wounds. These are going to be 4-up re-rolling ones. Save 1, so it's going to be 2d6 damage from one of them. For 7. 1, 2, 3, and pop a wound. And then he's got a wound, so 4. Cool. Alright, so Plague Monks here got a charge. They need a 7. 8, got it. And cool. Plague Priest here is going to charge as well. We're going to try anyway. 2d6, see how he goes. 7. Oh. It's going to be close. It's probably not worth spending... No. But it's not worth spending a command point on him. Your Plague Priest over there in the middle, though. 2d6, so anything but double 1s, and he's in. Yeah. And then your Furnace has to charge as well. Anything but double 1s. Oh, there's a 1 there, but he's in. So, combat phase. This is what it looks like after charges have been made. Well, who are you going to fight with first?
We'll just go with this Plague Monk. Oh, Plague Priest.
Plague Priest. 2 attacks then. 4s to hit. Both hit. 3s to wound. Does 2 wounds. Griffhound's still alive on 1. We'll go the Liberators next, I guess. So, Liberators into the remaining Plague Monks. 3 to hit. And 3s to wound. Well, 3s to kill, actually. There's going to be... So that's 6, that's 12 dead so far. And 3s to hit with the others. And 3s to wound. 3 6-up armor saves. So it's going to be 14 dead. We'll see how many are actually there. And then 6 is back to do some mortal wounds as they die. 2. So you kill the Liberator. So Plague Monks into the Aether Wings, needing 3s to hit. It's probably some dead Aether Wings soon. But we're going to make you roll the dice, because you never know. And 4s to wound. Yeah, they're dead. Aether Wings are dead. Griffhound into him. So 3s. 2 hits. And nothing. Then your Plague Furnace into the Aether Wings. First of all, roll your dice. That's them dead. We'll roll a 2-up. +4, so yeah, the Aether Wings are dead on your first attack. Griffhound, so 3s, nothing. And then your dude into Griffhound. So 9 attacks from the Vermilion to the other Griffhound. There's 2 mortal wounds, he's dead. We can finish rolling. That'll be the end. Skaven are going to score 1, 2, and then a bonus point for taking this off me this turn, so 3. Putting the Skaven up to 5. Going into Stormcast turn 3. So, nothing of note Going back up to 2 command points though from the hero phase, and that's going to be it really. So we'll go into movement and we'll come back after all of that's done. So, was wrong. Hero phase, obviously, Lantern getting shone on them. And then we go into movement. Gryph-hound here has moved. He's actually 3 inch plus 3/4 of a 25mm base, meaning the Skaven can't move through this side of him. Sort of holding them up there, meaning the Plague Monks are going to have to go round. And then we move the Free Guild Guard up more than 6 inch away, zoning out our objective. And I think that's really it. Oh, we'll move this Gryph-hound over this way. We want him over here to be a nuisance. And so that Gryph-hound just ran to here. Those Liberators are in combat with the Furnace, so can't move in the movement phase. End of the movement phase though, we're going to elect them to get the Shields of Humanity, giving them the +1 save as well, and the +1 to hit, and then we'll go into combat. So we're going to go with the Liberators. We've got 5 attacks from the Crown Hammers to start with, 2s to hit, thanks to Laylo the Tyrants. Oh wow, just 2. And 3s to wound. 2 though, so it's going to be 2 armor saves, -1. So these are 5-ups, saved 1, and then 2 5-ups after that. So he takes a wound, and then we got 3 Liberators after that. They're going to hit on 2s as well. And 3s, 2 more armor saves. These are at your 4-up though, no rend. 5-1, and then a 5-up. No, so he takes 2 wounds all day, and then he gets to fight back. So he's got 2 up, and he does his swing. Does. So D3 +4, because you've only taken 2 wounds. So 4, so 6. So let's take those Liberators away. Then you've got 1 attack with your Warpstone Tip Staff, 4 to hit. Hits, wounds on a 3, but reroll because you've got filth, reroll it. Wounds, and so -1, so this is a 3-up, fine. Then you've got 6 attacks with your crew. 4s to hit, 2 hits, and then 4s to wound, rerolling. So reroll that. 1. This is a 2-up, fine. And then you've got D6 attacks with your Rusty Spikes. 5. Hitting on 2s. All hit, and then wounding on 3s. Rerolling. So reroll. And -1, so these are 3-up rerolling 1s. So that, and reroll. So we're going to heal and then save, so nothing. So that's it. Stormcast Eternals turn. We're going to score 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4 this turn. Putting us up to 13. And we'll go to priority. So, priority, Stormcast, got a 6, come on. I'm going to take it, because this is turn 4, and we'll work it out, but I think at this point, if I take the turn, I think it's game. So, we've worked out the points. Best he can do at this point is get 16 in a turn. Just how the movement and how everything's gone, he's not going to get to this objective until the game's over. He's not going to control, if he doesn't help out that with the Vermlord, he's not going to get that point, which means he can't ever get this point if the Vermlord goes over there, because then they have to go through and it's not working out. So we're going to call it here. It's going to be 17, probably to 16 at the end of it. It's getting late in the night, so we're going to call it the Stormcast Hold On Just. Good game, man.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
It's good. Thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed the battle report. If you did, please don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to the channel. We're so close to 2,000 subscribers now. If you'd like to come chat with me more and other members of our fine community, you can do so by coming onto the Sinful Gaming Discord, which you can find a link to in the video description. Also, while you're at it, And on YouTube, why not go check out my featured channel section? There's a bunch of other fantastic Age of Sigmar YouTube content creators on there who you can go like and subscribe to as well and go watch all of their content. Lastly, a special shout out to everyone who supports the channel financially. A special shout out to James, AJC, JC, Christian Weir, Philip Ward, Soren, Kenny Lowell, Alder and Shot First, Cowspawn, and James Crowder. Thank you all so much for supporting the channel. It means the world to us. And if you would like to go support the channel like these fine people do, you can do so by following one of the many links down in the description of the video below to either our Patreon, YouTube Live, or Ko-fi. Thank you all so much for watching the video. Once again, don't forget to like and subscribe. Stay safe, stay well, and most of all, everyone, keep fighting that war against the grey. Ciao for now.